I've been teaching at Hofstra for 6 years, and I've been teaching advanced screenwriting for all of those semesters. It's advanced screenwriting, so each writer is tasked with a very difficult project, which is developing and executing at least one draft, but hopefully multiple drafts of a feature film. First semester is spent developing the idea and kind of making an outline, and then the spring is supposed to be focused on revision and what it feels like to kind of move from one draft, the first draft of the script, to like the third draft or the fourth draft. The most difficult thing after school, after leaving a kind of academic environment, which is populated by other artists and sort of demands that you keep a schedule and meet deadlines. All of that doesn't exist once you leave school. I mean, even working on one project for 2 semesters is usually something that the students in advanced screenwriting haven't done before. And being able to maintain a relationship to the material, maintain a belief in the idea behind the material, all of that stuff gets easier the more you do it. The thing I want them to take out of the class most of all is the practice of moving through a creative process multiple times and perhaps approaching that creative process with a different sort of posture than they have in the past. Their first round of work on developing their idea, which usually they present a lookbook that is the summary of the main action of the project, but also has lots of images, like a kind of collage. I love that kind of first shock of like both what the idea is, but also like who they are as a thinker of images. Every year there are projects that totally take my breath away in terms of revealing pockets of character and personality of the writer that I wouldn't otherwise have access to. I think there's a misconception that the life of a filmmaker is behind a door somewhere, that if you can just get into HBO, or if you can just be at a party with the right executive, or if you could just get access to the industry in a way that you don't have, that will be what brings you to a career in filmmaking. And I think that is an unhealthy, unproductive way to think about how to kind of approach your work professionally. It's the people that make work that have careers. I mean, that's just like full stop. And that sounds easy in a way, but it takes a lot of time and belief and effort and work. I think writing anything, it's a problem of time more than it's a problem of like genius. It requires a lot of time, and I feel like a lot of young screenwriters, young writers, young artists are trying to kind of fit it in between everything, and actually that the biggest kind of step in the direction of like being a professional writer is being able to spend 2 or 3 hours every day with the idea. In advanced screenwriting, really intimate in a way. It's like you kind of can't hide from each other. It's like if you're doing it right, you're bringing yourself to the work in a way that is personal. And so by the end, we're now talking in the spring. So it's like I've known these guys for a year at this point, and many of them have gotten to know things about their life that I wouldn't have gotten to know had we not been working on script together. And so that's a sort of cherished part of the process. It feels almost sacred, it feels like you're doing something bigger than just homework.